Hi there, channel. Welcome back. We are approaching Turin, and the weather is looking quite well, much more severe than our departure in Palermo. And basically, it's overcast. It's been overcast the entire way, but with these new clouds, I don't really mind. I think it looks spectacular nonetheless. What is a little concerning to me is that we are past our calculated top of descent, and ATC has not told us to go down. This is, of course, a problem. Let's take a look at the charts and see what they tell us. And we'll probably cancel ATC pretty quickly, I think, if we want to have any chance of making this. So we are doing the Genoa star, so above flight level 90, and then 6,000 from Astor. From Astor here has 7,000 as a restriction already put in the FMC, so that's from here to here if you want to go, and we're now at 38,000. We're about 80 miles. 80 miles is 10,000 feet is 30 miles, so we are, it's about time. Let's put it that way. Give it one more minute. It's also asking us for the destination data, which we only get using, we're doing the Cat 3 ILS Z thing today, so we can we'll tune into the ATIS on our COM2. 120.475. 120.475. And we'll tune into that, so we'll listen to it. We can turn in the airport data when we get to it, but we can put in the MDA and stuff right now. And descent altitude is 150. Using this approach, that's decision altitude, so 1033. And yeah, I don't know what the rest yet. Okay, it needs to send us down now. Okay, I'm just gonna put this to 7,000. So here we go.
Descend and maintain flight level 300 Aero and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448.
Let's see how this goes. Let's try it. Listen to him. See how it goes. So also, I think since we're going to the clouds here, another thing I'm going to do before we go through the clouds is I am going to turn on the de-icing, because I'm not yet quite comfortable with how that works in this sim. And that purple stuff looks kinda scary. I bet you there's gonna be some moisture in there, and it certainly is cold. And cycle through these. I don't know exactly what to look for, but we still have fuel in all tanks, I guess. Not in the center tank, so we can turn off those pumps right there. We don't need them anymore. I guess we never did actually, to be perfectly honest. The APU is of course not on. Reconditioning looking fine. 24, 23, 24. It's nice and comfortable. Yeah, it's all looking good. It's about ready to go into the clouds here. I mean, I absolutely love actually flying IFR in this new sim. It's so improved. I mean, it's great to sort of see the landscapes, but honestly, the real like the I mean that's great for sightseeing, but for flying, the sort of the complete lack of vision that you get in the sim, and just the way that wind and everything works on your aircraft is pretty spectacular. It's kind of scary sometimes. It really makes you fly differently. Changes how you fly, I guess, more than the landscape, the scenery does. So it'll be interesting. Guess we're coming up in 30,000 feet. It always does that little vroom. 80 miles. So 60 miles to drop 20. Yeah, I guess we'll make it, just about. It's a close call though. And they have to give us new altitudes now. Yeah, that's another thing I also need to check. It doesn't seem to work perfectly. If it's got the right ILS frequency, 108.7, 108.7, yes. And of course, as we know, it does not seem to go in, but it says 002 here anyway, but it seems to have that somewhere. 220, you got it.
Descend and maintain flight level 220 Aero and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448.
And here we go, into the thick of it. I love the scale it gives to your plane sometimes. Not with these types of this wispy stuff here, but when you have the real thick cumulus and stuff, and you come into these big valleys in the clouds, man, that's quite epic looking at times. I guess that's what's so interesting. It's not just one flat surface. It just feels very organic and alive. Like, look here, we're out of the clouds again. We're just sort of in a pocket, and now we're back in it. Very neat. And I bet you when we get into that purple stuff here, it's gonna start raining and be quite nasty. Okay. There we go. Complete IMC. It's alright, it's I just get the wind, which I always miss. So we can turn it off, so there we have our information, so that's nice. So we're at Genoa now, we're at 227. Let's telling us to be at above 9 for this stretch, and then above 6 for this stretch, and then yeah, it's a Torino VOR. Where's the Torino VOR? It's this one. Okay, so good. So we get from here. There's still some time. So we're 6,000 here, 4,000 here, and then we intercept at 4,000. Okay, so we only have to go down to 4,000. So that's nice. I think we should be fine. Let's see. So this is why I did the de-icing. You can see out. Let's have a look outside. Actually looks pretty fine still. Say 10,000? Yeah, 10,000.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Arrow and laces. Sierra Whiskey 4448.
Sometimes the weather just takes over the screen, so it's nice to sort of dampen that part of it. It really bothers me that the mouse wheel is bound to zoom. I've tried to bind zoom to my joystick, but look, this is the smallest increments I get with my joystick zooming. I mean, it's massive, and with the mouse I get these types of increments. So I can't unbind it because I need that. That's the control I want on zoom, not that other one, not the big one. But at the same time, it's really annoying because when I go to spin something, sometimes I miss it because the click spots are so messed up, and I end up zooming instead of spinning, which is annoying. I wish they would change that. Yeah, sorry for the track error nudge there. Yeah, what I was going to show was icing. Let's see if there's actually any icing on this plane, or if I'm just exaggerating. It looks pretty good. I guess there's not the humidity or whatever that you need. I mean, look at this, right? Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the sense of scale that this gives you. You come out of the soup like that, and there's like a gap in the clouds, and it's this massive sort of cathedral. It's incredible. What a massively improved experience of flying through clouds. Shocking. Really interesting. (2962). Turn on the seatbelt lights so we won't forget that. So it's projecting we'll be at 10,000 here. Yeah, we're fine for the descent. I was stressing out for no reason. Let's put the terrain on our co-pilots and PFD here. MFD, whatever they're called. What are they called? ND. It annoys me that they have sort of different names, these displays. So it's primary flight display, and then it's navigation display, and then it's upper ECAM engine, and then lower display. Okay. Difficult. What should say the cloud base was anyway? This isn't that. See a few clouds of both 800 and 4,000. So now Aster. It's about 990, so yeah, I guess we won't be actually vectored much further down. It's fine, we're doing fine. Okay. So from here to here, we should go down to about 4,000, I guess. That would be, I would like that. Trying to tune that VOR that I saw there. And it was 002, wasn't it? That's the one we're going for, yeah. It's an ADF here too, right? 357, yeah. And this enemy at 6,000, right? That's what they told us. Okay, cool. LSC runway G6 for TOP. Okay, cool. We got that. We also put in the oh yeah, we're okay. I get it. We have a speed constraint, so that's why it wasn't descending immediately. There you can see the mountains start coming in on this display. You have the terrain here, so we're moving into the airport. You see the terrain, the mountains are showing up. So we already have some altitude around us that's actually we could crash into if we aren't careful. But we'll have to monitor this. Put the expedite with some air brakes here. See, here comes the rain. Man, this is such an experience. Like, I mean, it's so great. And then I have the landing lights on, of course, so you can see them illuminating the clouds a little bit. Pretty great, I must say.
Contact Torino approach on 129.275. 129.275 Aero and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448. Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448 is at 7,400 feet, descending 6,000 feet.
I'm supposed to be at 4,000 here.
Sierra Whiskey 4448 Torino approach. Continue to Tango Oscar Papa as planned. Q1H29 decimal 68.
Weather is changing a lot. You heard the wind change too. I don't know if you noticed on the 80s. I didn't correct it, but it's a lot less wind. Last time they reported it. Let's see if that is the same throughout. Okay, they should clear us down to 4,000 now if we're gonna be able to do this. Okay, so another thing we can do, we can go ahead and set our auto brakes, set them to low. And we'll arm the spoilers for the landing. Come on, get us down, guys. About time.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Arrow and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448.
And I think it sure is to relate to the party this.
Whiskey 4448, you are 16 miles south of Torino. Contact tower on 118 decimal 5 when inbound.
I'm gonna take down the gear here.
Tower on 118 decimal 5. Arrow and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448. Tower Arrow and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448. 15 miles south inbound ILS Zulu runway tree 6 approach. Tower on 118 decimal 5. Arrow and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448.
Cleared ILS Zulu runway tree 6 approach. QNH29 decimal 70 wind tree 52 at 11.
Cleared ILS Zulu runway tree 6 approach. Arrow and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448.
Alright, slow this down. And we got the localizer going to arm the approach. I think this is going to be good. We are bang on time. Even though we're a little bit later than what I'm comfortable with. So, and I think we'll take the first stage of flaps. You can see city below us. Look at all the ice that's been built up. Oh my god. Crazy. Is that the airport ahead of us? It must be. Oh. Keep bringing the speed back, I guess. We have an approach speed today of 134. So let's bring it to like 140. $37. Flaps 3. I was slightly early on that. Oh, they were on, okay. Thing the lost it again. So we'll turn on our windshield wipers too. It does pick up, it's a Cat 3, so I wonder if it actually would do a full auto land here. I don't want to. I like landing planes. I don't see why people are a little bit obsessed with that. I think like sort of like being able to do a full auto land. And I'm just like, why would you want to do that? It's so, that's the most fun part of this. We're on glide slope. MDI is 1033, so we're still 1,000 feet above. Wind is not bad. Not bad at all. Guess we put the terrain on here too. I mean, we both know that. Yep. Okay, thank you.
Cleared to land runway tree 6 arrow and laces Sierra Whiskey 4448.
That is what's the beeping? Hold on, I need to adjust my track IR. It's really doing a bad job of tracking. I attached my track IR, which is like a what do we call, track clip or whatever, to the side of my headphones with Velcro, and sometimes it's just not in an ideal position to track. Look at this, man. This is some shitty weather. Oh, there's the runway. There it is. Look here, it's a little opening right here on the left. You know, yeah, there's the mountains. You see them on the train right now, directly behind the runway.
Too low, terrain. 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 Too low, terrain.
There are some terrain spikes
Too
up
low,
here.
terrain.
That's
Too low,
not like.
terrain.
I bet something tells me
Too
that's not
low,
accurate.
Terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
20. Retard. 10.
Oh, it's a little long. So yeah, those terrain spikes are not correct. What is going on? That's some weird thing there. Wouldn't let me brake. Welcome to Turin, everybody. love how there's like small elevation changes on the runways and everything. It's so great.
One to 1.7 for Aero and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448. Torino ground Aero and Laces
I bet
Sierra
you.
Whiskey
I mean, I didn't
4448
think that
taxi.
this airport was upgraded, but I had the Turin pack because I kind of wanted some sights and sounds. But they must have upgraded the airport too. This is beyond stock, like with the little with the fire trucks and everything. Let's see, taxi
Gate
2.
2 via taxiway Alpha Bravo Aero and Laces Sierra Whiskey 4448.
Once again, impossible to know what they mean by gate 2. It could be this, but I'm assuming it's this actually, because that's the gate. It's not GA. Second gate coming from our direction. It's really struggling with my truck IR right now. It's bugging out the whole time. Okay. What we'll do is we will turn on our APU. I mean, look at this. It's pretty great for freeware, right? Okay, so these are the ones that he was, it could be, but it's probably this one down here called 109 or whatever. Let's see if the freeware developer here has added that to the added gate numbers to the actual gates. In any case, it actually seems like there's a plane already at my gate, or what I thought was my gate. 1, and then that's 2. 3 looks a little tight, honestly, so let's go 4 here. Just look at what this guy did. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's pretty great. Lively. Feels like a different place, which is once again like what I really want out of scenery, I think, is to feel like I'm in a different spot than where I started. That line looks like it's in a really wrong place too. I doubt that it will be able to connect to me from there. Okay, here we go. Is our IP up and running? Available. Cool. Does that kind of neat little flight. Very cool. I think I'll continue this. I'll just move on to clear weather to check out what the add-on looks like, the city itself. But that was a neat little flight. And if you watch the first part, you'll see the difference between the weather, basically. What a difference you get in one specific flight. It's kind of fun, I think. So you have to keep some of these pumps on, right? If you have the AP running. I don't think they have external power here. Let's see, we can connect that. It sounds like I can't, no, I can't connect the jetway, so whatever, deal with it. Okay, cool, oh yeah, let's first and foremost, let's finish our little flight here. So we go deliver thing, and then we got like some fake money. We got 1,000 fake dollars, and we got 59 fake XP, and we're getting close to level 5. We got a little bit of karma. This could be really fun, like eventually. I think my issues with it is that, I mean, I want to fly from place to place, I guess. Like it's it's both like there's so many things in here, so there's like it's hard for you to sort of tell. Like let's say I want to fly from Oslo, right? Like I have a lot of options of flying from Oslo. I can do that, so I can search ENGM and I can like find all the things that have Oslo in the menu, right? And there's lots of it, but honestly, like maybe sometimes I'd like to fly a little plane into Oslo. Like I don't want to only fly these long 1,000-mile, thousands of miles, right? The shortest here is this one from, no, this one, 1,200 miles to Rose in Spain. Like that's a long flight. So I like to fly. I like to fly when I fly the Airbus, for instance. I'd like to fly little 1-hour hops. That's like my bread and butter. That's what I do the most because I can do that in in my life, right? But if I want to fly like a short flight like that, I have to go search the region. I'll see what I can find, and then I'll get like these things, which is like tiny airfields, and you have to fly it in a Cessna and stuff, and it still works out to like a couple of hours. So it's a little bit like that's I don't know. I think they should make up their mind and not make up their mind, but it should be a little bit. It would be nice if it was a little bit more. Either if it was more, what's the word, editorial, like they made up some like really interesting flights from really great places that they wanted. This is very procedural, like that's obviously randomized, which is sort of the part of the appeal. That's a flight I'd like to do. Like that's great. I would like to do that. That's fun. In a little Cessna or something. But either that or give us more options to sort of make the kind of flights we like, right? I'm sure there's lots of people who like these flights that are 4,000 miles, but it's not my favorite. So I would like to sort of be like, okay, I want the flight from Seattle to Kelowna or whatever because I have scenery there. I would like to sort of be able to set that up and then maybe for them to generate a few options for me to fly there to different contracts from point A to point B. I don't know. Kind of interesting though, right? It's not half bad. It's nice to have something. And it's very simple, which I also like. So I don't want this to be complicated. I think they're right about that. We want something, at least I want something that's super basic. I don't want like a huge, I don't want a spreadsheet in addition to my add-ons and everything else, right? Yeah, there's my money. Kind of cool. And it's very weird too that the settings, that's where you see the news, which is kind of funny. And they have like some things here where they're like, oh, we're doing some special things, we have holidays things, and they said like that's where you really get the extra benefit with the voice acting stuff. I got nothing, no extra stuff on that. So anyways, whatever, it's a mixed bag. Let's check out the scenery before we call it a night. Clear skies, we'll see what it looks like here. And we'll go into the drone camera, which I think I was able to do, yes. And we will, if anyone knows how to set this fast by default, that would be greatly, if you put that information about that in the comments, that'd be great, because that's something I seem to not be able to do. Okay, so I guess we're a bit out of Turin, huh? Castel. And this must be Turin over here. Look at this, it's so cool. I mean, honestly, it is so good. I told you about the VLOV VFR pack, right? That puts in all this radios towers everywhere. It's fantastic. All the vertical obstructions. It's a must. You have to get it. It, I think, is the sort of one of the main things that was missing from the sim initially, I think. and it's really adds a lot. Getting really poor frame rates. I don't know why I'm getting such poor frame rates. I like this pack. It's pretty. I think he wrote. I don't like the photogrammetry packs. I think they're too resource heavy. Not that this was especially small, but at least it's not photogrammetry. All the points of interests in the pack are modeled, he said. So I think that sort of makes a difference, right? I think I'm getting some really bad frame rates around here. Maybe that's his pack, I don't know. It's possible. Even put a crane in. That's kind of neat. That's a very good point, isn't it? Cranes are totally missing from this game. That would be a great add-on to put in cranes. It's a lovely looking little add-on, this. Very basic, but this is great actually for kind of flying that we just did. There's no helicopters in this game anyway, alright, so I don't understand why it needs to be super high fidelity, but I mean it's nice that it is. But let's see, where is this? What I was really looking for was this cool Fiat factory. Yeah, here it is. That's the Fiat factory. Right here, I think. And that's their old test track where they used to test drive the cars on the roof of the factory. Isn't that kind of cool? I also want to see if we could find, isn't there like some sort of famous tower here? Like an old one. Probably. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Look at this. Very nice. I mean, this is procedurally generated, the rest of the city, but I mean, it looks fantastic for being that. This is the building I was talking about. It's like just basically a big roof with a building underneath it. Kind of weird. There's another one, some sort of castle, I guess. Fits in well, I think. All in all, good job. So that's an recommended add-on if you want to fly in here. And that was kind of, I think that was an interesting place to fly into. Very interesting with the mountains around everything. Beautiful. There's some place too, huh? I wonder who lived up here. Somebody rich. Okay, anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'll see if can't keep up some films coming up. Have a good one. Bye bye.